aboard!
Outdoor service owners, rise and shine. It's time to start fueling your success one adventure at a time. Welcome to Outdoorsy Entrepreneur, brought to you by Big Tuna Websites, where business owners learn and explore ways to take charge and level up. Today, we are going behind the boots, talking with Rico Lawnscaping about his lawn and landscape owner's journey. I am your host, Kevin Fontaine. Join us on the journey every Wednesday. Like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube channel, and listen to where we get your podcast. And follow us on our social media platforms at Outdoorsy Boss. Hey, Rico, why don't you introduce yourself, the company, and where you operate?
All right. Hey, I'm Rico Wilson, like you say, owner of Rico Lawnscaping, LLC. And we are based out of North Jacksonville, Florida. So,
All right. Right on.
And that's where we started it here in North Jacksonville, and that's where we're continuing to operate. So,
Nice.
So yeah.
And you doing this full time?
Yes, this is full time for me.
Okay.
And as you know, just like a lot of other guys, it started as a side hustle at first, and then, you grow and you start to get more clients. And then, I went over into full time with it. And that's, how I continue to go with it now.
How many years you been full time with it?
I've been full time with it now for about 3 years.
Okay. Sweet. What sparked you to get interested in the green industry?
So really, I had an uncle back in my hometown, which is Albany, Georgia. He's been in the business. He's recently retired, but he was in the business for about 30 years. And, I've always seen him do good in the business. And I always thought to myself, well, I could potentially do something like that here in Jacksonville. And I'm sure I could, make a good living off of it. If he was able to do well in our small hometown, which is not, the population is not nearly as, much as it is here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Right.
So that kind of gave me that little spark and that thought of, well, maybe I should, start a business myself and got started. I was actually the $20 guy for a while,
Oh,
when I
God.
first,
Right.
I was the $20 guy when I first got started, but I was still doing quality work. And that's how I was able to actually like build.
Yeah. So you grew up in Georgia?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Georgia.
Nice. What made you decide to move to Florida?
Well, Jacksonville, it was a decision based off of my job, because I was working for the Marine Corps. I worked for them for about 12 years. I was a defense contractor. And then when I got picked up on the civil service side of things, they moved us here to Jacksonville for a project that was only supposed to be for 8 months. But then they kept extending the project, and eventually I started, like I say, started as a side hustle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much my job brought us here, and we've been here now for almost 10 years now.
Nice. Thank you for your service too.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't in the military, but
Oh.
I just worked for them. I was
Oh.
I was a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a heavy mobile equipment mechanic.
Doggone, man. So that gives you a leg up already, knowing how to fix things. And
Yes, it does. I just had to fix one of my mowers the other day.
yeah.
So it's like, all of my equipment I mainly service myself, because I know my way around a machine.
No doubt. So tell me about the name, first of all, Rico Lawnscaping. So tell me about that name, how you came up with that. And
Oh man. So it's funny because I was actually at work one day when I was working for the military. And so I was sitting there just writing some names down and writing them down and seeing what would be a good name. Which sometimes I do want to pull my name back because I want to just take my actual name off of it. I will be, I'll rebrand eventually. But so landscaping, it was a word that I just came up with one morning because we mow lawns, and we do landscaping as well. As far as like rock installations, mulch, and redoing flower beds. So why not call it lawnscaping and kind of give it that, you know, and people love the name. It gets a
Yeah, it's a
lot of
good name.
attention, and even my logo is well stands out. So, but
Yeah,
it is kind of tricky though, because some people it's kind of hard to say, and a lot of people get it mixed up with landscaping. So
yeah.
it's kind of, yeah, it's
That's a good name though. I like it. It's nifty.
yeah.
It's unique.
I
And
came up with it
yeah,
one day at work.
that's cool. And that's what it is, man. It all starts with something, and then you massage it and make it better over time. And it's just like anything you do
hmm
in your work, even. So, what's your typical customer base? Is it commercial, residential, HOAs?
It's a mix of both.
Hmm.
It's mainly residential. I have residential clients that I've had now since the beginning. Even when I was the $20 guy, I still have those same clients. Which is I'm not the $20 guy anymore.
Right.
Um, but
Wow. Well, tell me
but
about that, because that's a big thing on the Facebook groups. Is gosh, I'm scared to increase my price on my old $20 customers. How do I do that without scaring them off or whatever? But how'd you do that?
man, it's to my surprise,
Hmm.
it was mainly just me being confident in what I do to be able to raise my prices.
Okay.
And most of my clients, when I brought that to their attention, some of them they were very understanding, and some of them knew that price hikes would come eventually, and me just being a good service provider, a lot
Right.
of people they didn't have any issues with it. So it's just confidence and knowing that my quality of work is good, my
Hmm.
customer service is good, and as long as you're doing a great job, people don't mind paying your prices.
There you go. And is this like back to the $20 customers at that point, years ago? Were you doing once a week, every 2 weeks, or?
Mainly, I was messing up. I was actually doing mainly every 2 weeks, and I had every 10 days. But
Whoa.
then, yeah, yeah, I learned that
Tricky.
every 10 days is it's not really a logical approach. I did it
Right.
for a little while for some, for a few customers, but it's something I had to learn in the process.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know,
when I got started as well, I would just go after anything that came my way,
yeah.
just every 10 days or every 14, whatever the customer wanted, we would do it. I would do it. I
hmm
mean, they'd say, "Hey, I got a refrigerator in the back. Can you help me load that?" And I would just do it. You just kind of do anything at the beginning, but over time, you want to kind of start customizing your services, making it easier for you to schedule and have a good rate to charge. And that's difficult at times, sometimes, to get those customers up to your level. Do you put your customers in a contract or an agreement, or is it just month by month?
Month by month.
Okay.
For for some clients, and that's what kind of makes my business a little unique, is that the clients that I have on the residential side, it's a verbal agreement.
Mm.
I don't have any issues as far as with pay. I have a few that may kind of linger with payments, but not much. Everybody pays on time. My
Okay.
clients, they pay monthly.
How many people is in your company operating with you?
Right now. So it's myself,
Hmm.
and then I have subcontractors
Hmm.
as well that I mainly sub out work, because I don't want like a lot of employees right now, because I'm still trying to see how I want to scale.
Okay.
Because I have four other schedules to go by: my wife
Yeah.
and our boys. They're
There
in
you
they're in baseball. We have three small kids, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too too far into it and mess up. So I'm just,
Yeah.
like I said, I just use subcontractors right now on some things, and that's a way I still make decent money.
So you'll do the mowing yourself, and you've got a route of clients for the week, and then somebody that wants planting or bed prep or whatever, you'll subcontract that one-time stuff out.
Mm-hmm. In
Yep.
most cases, I do, and every now and then, if I have something to do, I'll get my subs to go out on my mower route.
Okay.
In some cases, it depends on how the ball rolls, but most of the time, I just like to do the work myself, man,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
finding good
It
employees
helps.
is not easy, and
Uh-uh. Not at
even
all.
one of my guys, I'm still trying to get him trained up and get him to kind of move up in things.
Right. And, I had a lot of employees at one point. I was up to 50 employees, and
Wow.
we're a full service contractor, landscape contractor. So we did everything, design, build. But I always stayed with recurring service because I love that check coming in every week, every month. Autopilot. You don't have to resell someone. But those big one time jobs, that's a big hit for revenue. So that's a big driver for boom, a lot of cash that you can do a
Mhm.
lot with. So I did both. But over the years, I went to all subcontract mode 3 years ago. And that's been a whirlwind of change. It took me a while to get used to that because you kind of lose a little bit of control because you're not with your employees every day anymore. You're relying on some good subs that you've handpicked, and you've got to trust them, and they're out working and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of getting used to there, but I love it now.
That's awesome.
Absolutely
That's
love it.
awesome.
All right. So what kind of equipment you rocking now?
So right now, mowers, we run Gravely mowers, and the and how I win there with the mowers is I have one of the uh Compact Pro 34s,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and that's my residential,
Tight.
money maker right there because of the deck size. A lot of my clients have the little wrought iron fences,
Mm-hmm.
and in most cases the gate openings are small.
Right.
So you have to have that smaller mower to get behind in the backyards and things of that nature.
No doubt, man. That's a nice mower, it sounds like. And then what about handheld stuff? Who do you like brand wise there?
Handheld, I am a Echo guy.
Okay.
So all of my I do have a mix. I have I have a few steel pieces of equipment, a steel hedge trimmer and a steel pole saw.
Okay.
Those are the only two steel pieces I have, which they're phenomenal. But as far as string trimmers, edgers is Echo. The backpack blowers are Echo as well. I
Okay.
have the big 9010s. They work wonderfully.
Tell us about your truck and trailer setup. What do you have going on there?
Truck and trailer setup. So I have a F-250, the diesel for my truck,
Mm-hmm.
and trailer. I have a 7 by 18 enclosed trailer.
Nice.
As far as for maintenance, and then for whenever I do landscaping, I'll use my open trailer, which is a 7 by 16 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to go pick up rock or something like that,
Right.
or plants, I'll use my open trailer for landscaping.
And where do you run your shop from? Do you just have it at your house, or what's that like?
So right now I don't have a shop, but there is a shop on the way to where I leave my trailer, which is a drop off yard,
Yep.
a storage facility. That's where I keep my trailers. But
Nice.
there is a shop that I drive by all the time, and I always say that it's going to be
Eyeball.
mine one day. I
Oh
always,
yeah.
every time I drive by, I say that's going to be my shop one day.
Hell yeah. Goals, man.
Yeah.
What about advertising? What do you do for advertising to get new clients in?
So here's the thing. So we were talking earlier about me, like, first getting started.
Mhm.
So we live in like a HOA neighborhood, and how I originally got started is I started advertising on the community page where I live.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually once I had about 50 clients out here in my own neighborhood. And I got those because of advertising on the community page.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I do now is I join different community pages
Mm-hmm.
and I'll post my name, my logo. It's, clickable link
Mm-hmm.
to my Facebook, and I'll post a picture of a lawn, one that I've done or something, some really nice work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll post that in community pages, and then I get clients that way.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a cool little hack, in a sense, and word of mouth has been really good as well. And I partner with other like landscape supply stores,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much I will leave my business cards up there, and whatever work they don't want,
Right.
they'll hand the client my card. So I get calls that way. I even have cards up at a landscape supply store in St. Augustine, Florida. So I get work even from up there as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Advertising's always unique to your area, and it sounds like you hit on something nice there, where you've got this, bounty of people in one group. Why not put your name in the hat there? So the neighborhood you're in, I guess it's a pretty big neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a pretty big neighborhood. It's about 600.
Damn.
I think I want to say close to 700 homes out here.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
huge.
like 680 something, somewhere around there. But that was a big hit for me, posting on the community pages, and it still works.
That's good. And it seems like a fairly low cost way to advertise as well. So it's so expensive to put ads on Google and Facebook and all that stuff. And not to mention all the clickable third party people that sell a package to help you advertise. It can get really expensive. So it's good that you're doing more grassroots guerrilla marketing there, and it's
Yeah,
keeping you busy.
it's definitely guerrilla marketing. And I'm on Yelp as well, but
Mm-hmm.
I have a Better Business Bureau um
Yeah,
website, and then Google. I have a Google business page, which it was free.
right.
So, and I get calls from there, and even had a lady say that she found me on the Nextdoor app, which I don't
Next
know
door.
how. Yeah, I'm not
Right.
on Nextdoor, but she said my name came up on Nextdoor
Next door is a
somehow.
good one. Next door is another good group type atmosphere that you can, because next door is all about regional areas. So you're going to have a next door for your neighborhood. That's how they set up next door. Is it's geographically set in groups. So you may have whatever your subdivision's name is, next door group, and then you can sign up and advertise for free there. You can just drop your name in the hat. Hey, anybody looking in my area? You can do the same thing, and it's free. But if you go outside that geographical area on Nextdoor, then
Mm.
you have to pay. So
Oh, okay,
Nextdoor works well. We've done that a lot. So
okay. I definitely, I'll look into Nextdoor. Like I said, I haven't gotten on there and got signed up myself,
yeah,
but somehow, like I say, my name popped up on there, and
yeah. The more you can advertise and have your little storefront set up, the better, because it's all going to SEO on searches for you. Like, hey, I'm searching for a lawn and landscape guy near XYZ, Florida. And the more out there you have, and the website, the longer it is, and it has good searchable topics that's relatable to what you do, it's just going to, over time, help you get picked up on these generic searches customers are entering into Google. We've even done YouTube videos. Back in 2009, I started, and I was just posting projects that we did in landscaping. And believe it or not, people that watch your videos will call you that are close to you and say, hey, I saw your video and I need a walkway done. So all that stuff works. It's just like a big soup bowl of things you can just throw in and get customers with
mhm.
it. So tell me about your process for estimating jobs.
So that's the difficult part
Okay.
in some cases. But mainly what I do, I use a Google Earth tool,
Uh-huh.
and I go and measure properties that way in most
Okay.
cases. Some I'll go out to and to do quotes, but mainly with the lawn mowing, the maintenance side of it, it's easier now because I have a minimum price,
Mm.
so I already know it's not going to be under this. And a lot of these residential properties, I pretty much have the numbers engraved in my brain. Like if it's this type of yard, it'll be this much, or if it's that type of yard,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
Yeah. So
But
when they'll call you and you'll say, okay, my minimum's whatever. And then how big's your yard? It's about a half acre. You kind of know a range to tell them.
yeah, because all the yards are about the same, unless it's a corner lot,
Right.
and sometimes I upcharge if they're on the water, and they have like an embankment that we have to cut on.
Yeah.
So
Spring tree.
yeah, those things can kind of change the price, but prices are generally, I always give them a general price, and once I give a customer or a potential client a general price,
Right.
that lets me know right there if they're going to sign up or not.
Yeah. It gives you a
You give
good
them the
inkling.
general price,
Hmm.
and if they back out, then okay, they're not, they won't be a client. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good tactic. So we kind of do the same thing. We have on our website a pricing page. We list our minimum prices and typical prices. So, over the years, I went from per mow, per billing to contracts and agreements. So we're more of a monthly per month. For 12 months, they have to pay us a package price. But see, we're doing everything. Pruning, bed weeding, mowing, lawn care applications, fertilizer. So we've gone to this full service type scenario. But
Mm,
um, so once you get a feel and they've hit your minimum, then you'll pursue looking them up on Google or going to their house to measure and get it fine tuned that price that they need. Right.
yeah, you have to, because I don't like to waste time
Right.
anymore with clients. That you have to vet your clients well,
Mm-hmm.
because in some cases what they want, it may be something that you provide, but they may want it at a cost that that you're not going to even go out for. So
That's
just
right.
to go ahead and speed up the process, it's better to just go ahead and figure it out quickly on whether or not if they're going to be a recurring client, because
Mhm.
sometimes clients, they will use you if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Sometimes their yard gets in bad shape, and they'll tell you, "Oh, I want to be on your schedule," and then you go cut it that one time, and then they don't want you back after that,
Yeah.
because really that's all they wanted was a one-time service. you
Right.
know. So you have to be careful. You have to vet your clients very well, and I do, because I like a certain client base.
Yeah, no doubt. And because, yeah, so you don't know their yard and they do. And sometimes they have an agenda, like they're going to sell the house. All they needed was a one time spruce up and they hadn't mowed the yard in 2 months. And it looks like a jungle and all that stuff.
Yes.
So for sure. Because a lot of people too, they'll call and not even know what it costs. They have an idea because they do searches, but somebody that's been doing their own mowing, now they want to hire a pro service. It's good to ask them, hey, have you ever had a professional service before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Tell me about that. What was your experience like? Because I like to know, why did they fire their last service provider? Because that's
There
going to
you
give me
go.
some insight on
Yes.
if they're super picky, something went wrong. And a lot of times I have a lot of respect for my mowing friends out there. And I'm pretty sure usually we don't make a ton of faults, but they always seem to blame us for something. And I kind of want to make sense of that. What about seasonality? What do you do for in the winter when the revenue's down? What do you do there?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do mulching, and also this season we'll be doing. I've partnered up with someone, and we'll be doing Christmas light installations.
Oh, hell. The crazy
So
Christmas lighting. Okay.
yeah, so that's something getting into, but I have to actually go ahead and step my game up on that and start working at it, a little bit harder with advertising. But we'll be doing that this season, so we'll see how that goes.
And then what do you think, Rico, that sets you apart, your company from your competition, do you think?
Reliability.
Okay.
Reliability. It's simple as that. Just being reliable, and quality of work as well
Mm-hmm.
is very important. But I think for me, it's just reliability, and even simple as just me answering my phone or me responding to a text message or calling someone back. I
Okay.
listen to people, and that's how I learn, because I can call someone back and they are just mind blown just because I called them back. They're used to
Right.
calling people and not hearing from anybody. They're used to, calling companies and never hearing back from people. So whenever I reach back out or I get in contact with them, it's almost in the bag right there.
Yeah.
That's why I say having great customer service, it takes you a long way in
Yeah.
this business. Just like within any business, people wanna feel like that their priority.
Mm-hmm.
Your clients want to feel like that their priority, and if you can make them feel like their priority, you win.
There you go. Customers first, right?
Hmm.
Do you have any goals or aspirations or what's on the horizon for Rico Lawnscaping?
Yeah. Like I say, getting into pesticides, and being able to apply, fertilizers and stuff. That's one of the goals, and it's really just to my goal is just really to have a more efficient process,
Mm-hmm.
as far as across the board with the finances of my business. Um, it's just to get into a better place, and just get this company to where it's gonna be able to sustain and last for years to come. I mean, I have kids, so this is something that I would like to build, and maybe one day when they get older, I would like for them to have the option to say, "Hey, yeah, Dad, I wanna work for the company, or I want to take over," or
Mm-hmm.
that's always the goal.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Legacy,
But
legacy
yeah,
company,
yeah,
man.
legacy, and like I say, I just want to get it to where it's easier on me. I mean, it's already running a business, and being a father, and being a husband.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the easiest thing.
Mm-mm.
You're pulled in so many different places, and your
Yeah.
mind is here, is there, you know so but the easier that my company runs, and it'll make things easier for me, and make me uh I can be more mentally available for my family as
Yeah.
well.
Hell yeah, that's good goals, man. And it's the evolution of the business owner. You take it on 100% on your shoulders. You try to build it so you can provide for your family, and then it gets to a point where it becomes a monster, and you're getting inundated with customer complaints and late paying people. You're a bill collector, and you're wearing 1,000 hats. So it is a thing.
Yes.
I'm glad that you've got your head on straight. You've got a really nice quality minded mindset, and you have customers that are with you a long time. They believe in what you do. And so you've got that nice customer base, and you're starting to increase your prices. So you're getting paid more, and you're just starting to developing all that. That's really good to hear.
Ooh, it's a process.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up this episode, guys. Let us know if you have any questions for Rico down in the comments, or how you're leveling up your own business. We'd love to hear from you. And make sure you subscribe to the Outdoorsy Entrepreneur YouTube channel and hit those notifications, and listen to wherever you get your podcast. and follow us on our social media platforms at Outdoorsy Boss. Business tools we use and highly recommend: Big Tuna websites, House Call Pro field service software, and ZevBit estimating software. Links in the description below. Outdoorsy viewers get a special discount when you sign up. All right, guys. Thank you, Rico, for joining me today. And
thank you for having me.
And hope everybody's having a great day, a profitable day, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
All right, man. Have a great day.